Welcome back to the VHS Vault. I'm one of your hosts, VHS Jason. Next to me is the great Jason Roy Gaston.
Hello!
And we are continuing our Predator, Aliens and Predator retrospective today.
A bit delayed, but we are, because we believe in completeness.
Well, not necessarily. People might have just joined the channel a week ago and are just getting into that franchise. And look, these guys are even done Killer of Killers. And
that's right, because we've got to talk about Killer of Killers, because Killer of Killers was not a thing when we did our Alien and Predator retrospective, and now it is a thing, and now we're going to do the thing, and we're going to talk about Predator, Killer of Killers.
Well, this is really off the back of that movie that we gushed so hard about, being Prey, coming out in 2022, the surprise hit. Phenomenal movie. You can go watch our review to know everything we thought about that film. And then obviously very smartly the studio went, all right, what else you got, Dan Trachtenberg, the director of Prey? What else you got, buddy? Because you did a great job. And it had been announced that he was working on what we thought was Prey 2 at the time. And then movement started to hear that there was a secret project in the works.
Yes.
And they locked that down until April of this year, where it was then announced that indeed there was another Predator movie. And it was this movie we're talking about tonight, Killer of Killers.
Yes. And it's fantastic. It's like Star Wars, The Clone Wars meets Predator, meets Samurai Jack, meets a Viking show. It's great. I love it. Yeah.
Well, what's really smart about it is it's visually beautiful to look at. Let's first put that out there. It's great. I love that animation style. Almost reminded me of that great series that we talked about here on this channel, Blue-Eyed Samurai. Some of the animation reminded me of that.
Great show.
Which is a great show. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend that as well. But yeah, and the thing which was brilliant about this, he was able... You know, all those fan theories we had? Oh, we want a Predator movie set in this timeline. We want a Predator movie set in that timeline. He just went, I gotcha. Hold my beer because I'm going to deliver an anthology. And yeah, it was the perfect way to kind of deal with those things. I don't know about you, but it was a jaw-dropping experience for me because I just thought it was such a great, entertaining 90 minutes.
I completely and 100% agree. I was in the middle of my great Alaskan road trip when this movie hit Hulu, and in Fairbanks, Alaska, I pulled over and I watched this movie, and it was totally worth it because it was like getting every gift you wanted for Christmas underneath the tree in one glorious morning. I had said how I wanted like a Ninja Samurai versus Predator movie. Boom, there it is. I had said something about, I want to see one set during World War II in the middle of a battle. Boom, there we go. I didn't say anything about Vikings, but my God, that was great. The only thing we didn't get was cowboys, but we kind of sort of got them in Prey, but not really. They were fur trappers. They weren't cowboys. I want to see
we're one and done with this. I get the feeling.
No. I
think this moves on this series.
Yeah, I would say the ending left it fairly open for follow-ups of various natures, and all I gotta say is if the next movie isn't a jailbreak movie, I'm gonna be very upset. Because they laid all the groundwork for what could very well be the Avengers Endgame of Predator movies. Except Brody wasn't present for some reason. I wonder where he's at. Probably still floating around in space somewhere.
Yeah, well, he's probably the one with definitely no ending, because if you remember the end of that film, he's basically kind of, great, well, nothing, I didn't achieve anything in the last 2 hours of this film.
No.
There are more coming, so I'm screwed. So I would say he's absolutely there somewhere. We're jumping right ahead, though, with it. I think the only way to talk about this is probably just talk about each story individually on its own. And the first one, the Scandinavian Viking story, is called The Shield.
The Shield. The Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes.
Yeah, and look, of course, God of War vibes all the way, right? I get it. It's definitely God of War vibes.
With a smidge of How to Train Your Dragon, yes.
Yeah, with a smidge of head. But But you know what's so great about this story was actually not the. I mean, the Predator's amazing in this clip, but that relationship between the mother and the son. Wow, this is what got me about the movie instantly. I'm like, oh, they're doing real character development here. There are real stories going on with this cool animation, and that's what kind of got me, about it. Very engaging.
I agree. I cannot remember the Viking lady's name, and I had made a point not to forget these names. Ursa, that's right, because it kind of sounds like
and
bear.
Anders. Yeah.
Ursa, number one, is probably my favorite character from the whole movie. I mean, they opened big because she had the strongest motivations. She was multifaceted. You saw her at her angriest. You saw her show love. You saw her show care. You saw her just violent. And I don't know. That's like my favorite thing to see in movies nowadays is a strong older woman in movies, because you don't see it. I will tell you right now, I hated the Borderlands movie, and I know that a lot of people didn't like this casting, and I can't remember the actress's name because my brain's not working right now.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Not Jamie Lee Curtis. I'll remember it here in a minute. But the fact that the lead female in that movie was an older woman, and she was a complete, terror to everyone, who came across her. And I loved that about the movie, even though the movie was complete poop. Predator, Killer of Killers, though, is not complete poop. It is not poop at all. It is a great movie. And like I said, Ursa is my favorite character. The battle on the ice is so well done. It is shot in such a beautiful way. And I could not get this idea out of my head. During that entire fight, Ursa's the predator. She never feels like she's running. I mean, she runs every once in a while, but she always runs to higher ground, or she always runs to find a more tactical place to fight. During that entire battle sequence, she was the hunter. She hunted under the ice. She hunted under the water. And I just love that. And the way I'm just gushing about this segment right now. The way that she is always just laser focused on the predator. Just the looks on her face and the slight smile every time she's got him. She doesn't quip. She doesn't make one-liners. She's just there to do a job. And it's done so well. And she does. And it is just great. And they just twinge it with this incredible tragedy at the end that says the kicker, so much about. Yeah, they have this incredible tragedy at the end. And hey, spoiler alert, we're going to be ruining lots of the movie, by the way. She loses her son. Rather, I would say non-dramatically. She just gets there and her son's just like dying on the ice. Like, it didn't even show me get stabbed. And it's just all about the futility of revenge.
And the great cost that she must pay for being a warrior.
And it comes full circle again with that great line and that look on her face, again with that slight smile whenever she looks at Torres and says, "Do not avenge me." I just love, and she calls them my boys, so she adopts them. That's their mama now. No,
it's certainly and the thing is, the predator in that segment takes a second place, really, to like all and let me just say, the baseline of every predator they create in this, all very visually distinctive on their own.
Yes, they don't look like the same guy over and over again.
That's right.
No,
there's no weak links. It's fantastic. So, but what I'm trying to say is the character, the way they treat the human characters in this was such like proper, arcs of characters in this anime, which could have been very throwaway. And they don't do the typical stereotypical stuff. And the son is the great example of that. What they would have done 5 years ago is she dies, the son then swears revenge, and we set up our part 2. We avoid that. And I think that is absolutely brilliant.
Well, it feels like, to me, it makes the waste of her entire journey just that much more strong, because she literally has nothing left at the end. And that basically makes her the most dangerous of prey.
Yeah.
And I completely agree that all of the characters in this movie are fantastic except one. We'll get to him in a minute.
We'll get to him. All right. Well, I don't know much more to say about The Shield, but wow, that first segment was fantastic. And I've got to say, there wasn't, at this point too, I knew it was an anthology show, right? But my wife didn't, who was watching it. And it was interesting because if you don't know that it was an anthology movie, it takes a really severe right turn, which I absolutely love. And which brings us to the second piece, the sword. Which, as much as I love the first one, there is so much coolness in this segment. And I love the story of the brothers. Terrific. Yeah, the story of the brothers is so great, and it doesn't just happen in a few days. This happens over a long period, which I love as well. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. I the samurai one is the one that I went, I think this is where they've sacrificed the movie to make it a segment, because I feel out of all three of these, there was enough meat in this to expand it to be a standalone.
It's so funny. I just smiled like really goofily about 30 seconds ago because I just remembered something I said about how they could just put a Predator into any movie and make it better. And that's what they do in these movies, because we have this barbarian story about a woman seeking revenge for her father's death, and then a Predator shows up. And then we have this samurai drama between these two brothers that takes place over decades, and then a Predator shows up.
Yeah,
and then
let's make Shogun with a Predator.
And then we have a World War II I want to be a pilot movie with a kid who's trying to prove himself, and then a Predator shows up. Just every single one.
The pictures now, eh? Yeah. I can see the writing room pictures where, you said, the pitch is, all right, God of War, we throw in a Predator. There's one. Next one is Shogun, throw in a Predator. And then obviously, the third one,
Pearl Harbor and a Predator. Anybody else got an idea? Titanic. Shut up, Todd. We're not doing
Predator.
We're not doing a Predator on Titanic. That movie is a gift to the world. No, that would be awesome, though. Predator on Titanic. The ship of nightmares.
We are part of another show, Jason. It's a long way to come back around. We're part of another show. We're currently, I'm railing against the fact that all it seemed to be is a genre. Like, the genre is more important than the story, right?
Yeah.
Here, I have an opposite reaction where I'm like, no, this works, because A, they have writers who actually know how to write characters on this stuff. And B, it would actually seems to fit this format way better to do different genres. Like, let's have this is a horror film. This is pure. They haven't done that with Predator, I think, a pure kind of horror thing. I'd have a Predator at a lake with a bunch of teenagers. Bring it on, I say.
Oh, my gosh. Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees is killing teenagers, and then a Predator shows up.
Oh, to hunt Jason, because Jason is an apex.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And meanwhile, you got Freddy Krueger pops in out of a door to hell. Jason, I'm here to. Oh my God, I'll be back later. Bye.
I'm checking out.
See, Robert Englund says he'll never play Freddy Krueger again, but I think if you pitched him that scene, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so in."
But it works so much better here, and. But again, man, the story of these two brothers is tragic. It's sad. It's emotional. Like, these are things I'm not expecting. I am stunned at the amount of emotion put into this film. In what should be a throwaway anthology kind of, that was fun.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
No, and Kenji Koshi I don't think it's a very new plot in the way of that, but it is something that still works really well. The fact that two brothers kind of separate, one becomes like an army general, the other one's like, what do they call it, a shinobi or something? and goes away, and But either way, that's really great. That's really wonderful. That Predator on that one, I will say, wow, that was very stylistically different than the first one, and one I'd ever seen before, actually. That one stood out to me a lot.
I love how, and I know we've kind of touched on it before, but I love how wildly different each one of these Predators are. The first one is just a tank. This one is he's the gymnast. He's like lean and muscular. And then, you know, in the last segment we have the nerd. I just call him the nerd. He's the Warcraft nerd. But yeah, I love how much personality these Predators are given.
And kind of matched to the environment too, aren't they? Like you said, the first one's a tank because he's going against what is probably barbarians. Like, you need a tank to go against barbarians. And here you're going against like martial art trained ninjas and samurai and shinobi and all that kind of stuff. And like, you've got the right kind of Predator for that as well. But again, it's not without sacrifice. So there seems to be a running theme here because they do defeat the Predator in this, spoiler alert, but one of them dies. So,
well, besides the Predator, of course.
Besides the Predator, and I'm by this point, Jason, I'm thinking, is this the theme of this movie is about like loss and tragedy because, paying a price because we've got that repeated theme of death and why have we got this in this film? And I do think it's around tragedy. I think
I would disagree. I think it's around vengeance.
You think that's why they pay the price?
The only one who's not really seeking vengeance is Torres. But and I would say he's probably the most well-adjusted out of all three.
Yeah. I don't know. I just maybe it's a bit of column A, column B, but like to me, vengeance means I'm gonna be vengeance on you, but I don't know if the relationship with the Predator is established in that way, and the fact that I will get vengeance, or it's just more about
they're just looking for
a warrior.
Yeah, they're just looking for as the opening text says, they're looking for the kill. They're looking for the killers. They're looking for the most dangerous prey.
Yeah,
so they can become the killer of killers.
Of course.
But of course, the killer of killers gets killed by the killer. Yeah. So it's basically the killer of killers of killers.
Yeah. So, but look, my brain's not functioning that well this morning to process that.
Mine aren't.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about Torres.
The Bullets, segment 3 of this anthology series. Yes. You're under a bit of stress in your normal day-to-day job, and you would be under a bit of stress in 1942 in those planes above where were they? North African campaign, apparently. And yes, we are introduced to, probably the most well-adjusted human being in this.
Which is strange because he's the most annoying, too.
He's John J. Torres.
Yes. I have to say, I loved this segment. I thought the segment was really cool. I just did not like the personality they gave Torres. I did not like the fact that he had to narrate everything and that he was constantly just, come on, baby, come on. I got to get this open. I got to get this open. I got to find this. I got to find this. I'm like, we have eyes, Torres. We can see this.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not, I'm not saying nothing bad about Rick Gonzalez, who did the voice of Torres. He's a terrific actor. I've always enjoyed everything he's done. But this was not very well written for this one character. Everyone else seemed to be doing great, but it was almost like the writer said, this is a Hispanic character. Let's make him super Hispanic, and let's make him let's have him a Hispanic attack. A panic Hispanic attack. I don't know.
I actually came from the only thing I thought it was annoying was his youth and his immaturity, I think. And I thought that was being reflective of the type of people we had in those planes in World War II. These kids were like 20, 19 years old.
Perhaps.
But, either way, let's just ratify, even if he's the worst, most annoying character in this series, he does not, in my opinion, put a dent in the overall experience of this film.
No, not by a long shot at all.
And this segment is kind of driving the plot forward, correct? This is probably the one segment that we now leads into the segment afterwards. This, you know, the other two felt very standalone. This now becomes part of a connective tissue.
And the fact that this one segment is so totally different from any other Predator encounter that we've seen, because it's a dogfight. You know, this is a Predator that hunts in the air. He hunts enemy aircraft.
Yeah.
And, you know, he uses some really neat tools, and it's pretty brutal. And
the ship's amazing.
The way that Torres brought it down was very inventive, and I love the way that they used, you know, the upper atmosphere being cold and turning the engines off and everything to fool the Predator. It's incredibly inventive and something we hadn't seen in a Predator movie before.
No, we had not. And it is very well staged action. That would, though the animation's so good, but they're able even in animation, to make that scene so suspenseful and the action to be very exciting on the edge of the scene.
Indeed.
And yeah, it is different, isn't it? It's a play. You know, one of the great things that in this modern iteration, the second golden age of Predator, I'm going to name it now, the second golden age of Predator, the golden age. Maybe we'll call the 80s Predator movies the silver age. In this new golden age of Predator films, I love the fact of how much care and detail is being put into fleshing out the world of the Predator. And not just they look different, but hierarchy, functions, deeper into the technology. This is being handled really well at the moment, and we get to see things that we would not ever. If you'd said to me, "Oh, we're going to see a Predator story around a fighter pilot," and that would not have kicked into my radar of, "Oh yeah, that'd be great," but it works, man, and it just expands the idea of how the Predators hunt. Like, and I think that's so cool that each Predator has their own distinctive style of hunting, which I kind of like. Well, each group, anyway.
I enjoyed how fleshed out the Predator culture comes here. In Predators, or the Predator, I should say, it was annoying and it felt wrong to hear the Predator's words, but here it just honestly feels like part of an alien culture, and it's understandable why they do what they do, even though you don't agree with it. Of course, I'm going into the final segment here, which is basically the Avengers Endgame of Predator.
Yeah.
Where Ursa and Kenji and Torres all have to fight together because the Predators have sleep pods from Alien. Well, of course, Alien has sleep pods, so why can't the Predators have them?
We get our Genoshan Attack of the Two Clones sequence.
Yes. And I also have to say, the first time I saw this movie, when Torres gets thrown in the air and swallowed whole by the thing, my first thought was, oh, all bets are off now. But, you know, I also understand why he lived, because it was, you know, get him out of the ring and everything. But yeah, it's just very clever. It was really neat seeing three people who can't speak each other's language. First of all, Kenji needs to get over himself because Torres at least tried to speak Japanese. How many languages have you spoke, Kenji?
Yeah.
1, shut up, quit being so stuck up.
And Ursa, man, she goes for those guys first.
Oh yeah.
You
were birthed from an anus is my favorite line. It's just like her first line to, like, you were birthed from an anus. I don't even know you. Love that character so much.
But it does open up that whole concept of, wow, we're going to get Karis together. There is a greater purpose here going on. So, which adds another dimension, because I was always under the understanding the Predators hunt, they kill, they buff they suck all the blood, they tear off your skin, they buff a skull, you're a trophy. But here they're being used as another purpose, as almost entertainment.
Well, they are the most. I mean, they're holding the best killers from the they are the killers of killers. They are holding the best killers from every planet, and it just so happens these 3, or should I say these 6, are the killer of killers, and the Predators are like, let's save them for later.
And that's the big difference, isn't it? Now we've added that extra bit on because we know they respected every person. Like, you'll get an old gun. Here, Danny Glover, have a really old gun. As for
what just occurred to me though. Okay, so the new ending. If you don't know, they've added a new ending to Killer of Killers. It was
let's
not
describe the first ending though.
Okay, well, the first ending is Ursa is left behind. She sacrifices herself so that Kenji and Torres can get away because they're her boys. She's sacrificed them. She's mama now.
Amazing.
They are taking her in a sleep pod. She's unconscious. They're taking her basically into storage. And as they walk by, you see this one capsule, and it is the woman from Prey.
Yes.
They've got her in suspended animation. Well, they've added a new ending, and I don't know, for some reason it was not on my version that I just watched on Hulu, and you said it wasn't on yours either, but I looked at it on YouTube. In the new ending, they've expanded it to where Danny Glover's character from Predator 2 is there, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch is also there, and you hear the Predator theme from the first movie and everything. So this is the unintended funny consequence of them having Danny Glover in this movie. Because they give Torres the gun. They give him the gun. They give him the old, I don't know what you call that kind of gun. But they give it to him because he's like, oh, no, I don't know how to use this. It's the same gun that they gave Danny Glover at the end of Predator 2. So that means at some point, these jerk Predators showed back up to Earth, probably while Danny Glover was, like, sleeping. And they're like, they capture him. They're like, oh, hey, I'm taking this back.
Didn't Naru also get that same gun at the end of Prey?
Okay, so they did the same. Maybe it's got a homing device in it.
Yes, and he takes.
Those clever little brutes.
Yeah, literally. I love also they called that head predator Grendel King.
Oh yeah, I love Beowulf.
King.
I love Beowulf. It's like one of my favorite stories.
It is such a callback to that.
And I will also say, because I know there's a lot of people out there going, he's probably talking about the movie. I'm actually talking about the book.
Yeah, the book is very different. The movie's not horrible.
The movie improves on the book, and I will die on that hill.
Okay. I will say it is one of Zemeckis, that really reign of Zemeckis films. It's the only one.
The motion capture crap,
only one that works.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, Mars Needs Moms is awful. And Polar Express, I know there's a lot of people out there who love it. Polar Express is garbage. It is creepy, ugly garbage, and I'm shocked anyone thinks it's any good.
I never thought it was a great Christmas movie. Never thought it was a great Christmas movie.
I love
on my list to watch at Christmas.
I love Eddie Deason. I think he's a terrific character actor, but his voice should not be coming out of an 8-year-old boy. That alone ruined the entire movie for me. I'm just like, well, this movie's okay. Hi, I'm Eddie Deason. Oh my god, no.
Either way. Well, either way, this having Naru, Mike Harrigan, Dutch, all in there at the end. I like the idea is they're real SOBs because, like you said, not only do they give a gift which they steal back, but they also make the person aware, well, you did well, we respect you, we're going to go away. No, we're not. Some predator come behind you and it must have ejected him in the neck and go, shh, time to sleep now.
I could see Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting at home watching TV, and all of a sudden there's a who is it? Candygram. Are you sure it's a Candygram and it's not a predator?
I don't want to watch Tower Book.
You're not going to get me, predator. I know that you're not Avon. I know you're a predator. Girl Scout cookies. Oh, Girl Scout cookies.
That's what they should be like.
You're not Girl Scout. You're the ugliest Girl Scout I've ever seen.
That's it. They should be disguising themselves as Avon ladies, selling cookies door to door. And then, that's the way to trap humans.
Do you think that fat predators, do you think that they get on Fortnite and just kill everyone that they can? Sitting at home with, Doritos all over.
Yeah. And they sit there and rag on the jocks, the real people that are trying to do their job. Robot Chicken's done some great Predator skits over the years. And There's one where he goes home, after a hard day's work and that. It's just wonderful stuff. But, not at the moment. Let's not do any parodies on Predator because they are on fire with this film.
I do have to give it up to Alien versus Predator for that. For Robot Chicken for the Alien versus Predator sketch where the alien's in the shower and the Predator walks by and flushes the toilet and the aliens are
pretty smart. No, this is phenomenal and a film we weren't expecting. Really great. Like if you were thinking, okay, they did well with Prey and it's one and done. We got a good movie in the end. No, this film actually really puts that flag in the ground and go, no, we're back. We are back. And also
so much can be done with this universe, and this little short anthology proves it. Just let them have the keys and let them do what they want.
Exactly.
Alien versus dinosaurs.
Why not?
Aliens versus... by the way, not aliens. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Predator versus dinosaurs. Predator versus Skeletor.
Reviews have this date of the 6th of August, and it comes out, I believe, in 7 days. But the early reviews for Alien Earth are very good. Now, I've got a lot of faith in it because of Noah Hawley. So
it is definitely going in a direction that I did not think it was going to. Whenever they said, well, it's not just going to be the xenomorphs. There's it just says alien. That means a lot of different things. I'm just
makes sense, right?
How interesting. And the from the little bit of looks that we've gotten from the trailers, some of them are very disturbing looking.
I love it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Absolutely, that makes sense because that's what they were doing, weren't they? Like pseudo in the background. That's what they were looking for, other species.
Yeah,
they found lots. But anyway, that looks great. But we've also got to say Prey is responsible, I think, for the rebirth of the Alien franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Mickey's just sitting there going, oh, I can make lots of money with this stuff.
Yep. They're still trying to figure out how to turn into a Goofy movie. Aliens versus Predator versus
Aliens. Goofy versus Predator. Uh-oh. Kabam.
Yeah. I want to see what a chest burster turns into out of Goofy. What kind of alien? Because like Pluto. In Alien 3, it looked more like a dog, right?
That explains where Pluto comes from. Mickey, you'll never guess what happened. I thought I had to fart and Pluto popped out of my chest. Ain't that neat? Oh my God! He's adorable! Hey, I got one. Predator versus the Three Stooges, and it's a slapstick comedy. Where the Predator's always trying to kill the Stooges, and they like, oh, a penny! And, like the bolt goes over, and they step on a board, and the board comes up and hits the Predator between the legs.
Hey, if this was 2001, I would have actually said, forget that. Why don't we do a Jay and Silent Bob versus Predator?
Oh, hey, it's not too late.
It was 2001.
Jay Muse and Kevin Smith are still with us. Kevin, call me. Call me. Yeah. We will work on a script.
Yeah, very cool. Either way, look, this is very helpful.
Jay will think that the Predator is Mr. Spock. It'll be hilarious.
That's so nice, guys. I've met them in real life, so they were very cool. They came down and did a Jay and Silent Bob show down at the theatre in Adelaide, and I'd sent him a tweet. He read out the tweet, got me to get up there and speak with them, and they were hanging shit on me. Jay kind of dry humped my shoulder. It was very cool. Yeah,
I've always dreamed of
very cool guys
dry humping my shoulder.
Yeah. Like, one leg kind of. I'd say uncomfortable. What are you going to say? But at the same time, it's just like,
honey, are you getting a photo? Get a photo of this. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you can think in my life, this wasn't actually on the bucket list, but I'm glad it happened.
Well, it's an experience. It was not an expectation. It was an experience.
Yeah,
Jay Muse Humpy experience.
I set it up though with a tweet that was rather inappropriate because it was right around the time of Avengers. Avengers was coming out that weekend, and it was around not getting spoilers, and then a very unnatural sex act involved, and Kevin Smith just did his magic with that. Either way, we got off again. All right, Killer of Killers. It's incredible. Go see it. If this doesn't excite you. If I don't know what's wrong with you, then go away. This franchise is not for you. But this was great. I do expect a sequel.
Go to Hulu, watch Killer of Killers, and then turn around and watch the new season of King of the Hill because it's good.
Yep. Okay. If you're an American, we don't care down here. Isn't that weird?
King of the Hill is a beautiful series.
Yeah, I think it is very much like, yeah.
If you ever want to know what life in Texas is like, it's King of the Hill. It really is. It's King of the Hill.
Well, you got to respect it because I love the creator. I mean,
Mike Judge is great. And Beavis and Butthead. The Beavis and Butthead reboot is great. I hope that they're bringing that back for more seasons. His films are amazing. Office Space. I mean, come on, this dude is great. And low key, the voice of Kenny from South Park. Anytime Kenny has talked on South Park, most of the time it's been Mike Judge.
Makes absolute sense
because they got respect for each other.
Get along too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love. There was a scene in the Cartoon Wars episode of South Park where they were dogging on Family Guy so much, and they're fighting through this one room, and you see like the writers of King of the Hill are there, and it says congratulations on your 11th or 12th season, and I'm just like, that's nice. They hate Family Guy, but they love King of the Hill. That's great.
It was weird because it's like two friends kind of arguing. Yeah, because you like both of them. You know, I did anyway. I just
Predator versus King of the Hill. I'll tell you what, why don't you suck on this propane tank, you son of a bitch?
All right.
Sitting out there. Just see them all sitting there with some beer. Predator said, Hank, who's your new friend? Does he work for the government, Hank?
He's going to be wearing
I'll tell you what, Hank, that dang old Predator over there and then shot my dog. Fox, call me. You own both properties. Call me. We can get it to work.
Back to this film, Jace. Back to this movie. I'm trying to tie this up tonight, mate.
I'm not going to let you.
You're not going to let me. This deserves a sequel. We know. I suspect we will get a sequel of this. I don't think this anthology series is one and done. There didn't seem like there was any lead into the film coming out in November, which I'm very happy with at this point, because universes don't need to have that kind of connective tissues to work.
No, they don't.
And essentially, I mean, the thing is about this that I also love too, they've took bold swings with the franchise, I think, at times, which is great. And as we can tell with this trailer for this Badlands, that's a really bold swing too. And
you were mentioning another show that we talk about on here where we often say they take bold swings, but they miss.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let that other show use that as an excuse anymore, because this franchise takes bold swings and it does it with competence. I think that's the major thing. It's just the sheer competence that is working for this. Yeah, this Predator has been firing on all 6 cylinders, and this is just proof that you can swing for the fences and hit home runs, because it just seems like they can't miss. And I will say that if Badlands is a bad movie, I'm going to lose all faith. I'm not going to do podcasts anymore because I will have lost all faith in cinema until they come out with Predator versus King of the Hill.
Well, what they have done with Badlands too is to keep the cross-pollination of franchises alive and well, and in a way you wouldn't have expected. This is kind of like a cousin sequel to Alien versus Predator 2 in a way.
I'm still going to stick by I'm still going to stick by my prediction, and that the big bad of a Predator Badlands is going to be an alien. Or at least they're going to hint at it at the end, because they said that if they're going to do an Alien versus Predator movie, they weren't going to tell anybody. They were going to keep it a secret, and I think that this is a perfect opportunity to do it. You imagine with today's effects having a matchup of a alien queen in him, like visually, what you could do with that. I mean, that's the thing that James Cameron is legendary for, is what he could do with special effects in the 80s, and the alien queen always looked so epic, but now still looks great.
Now, like, you put him in like a full. How do you win that? Like, I don't know how you win that. Because they don't really win in Aliens against the alien queen. That's the thing.
They don't.
Right?
They just get away from her.
Yeah, they get lucky and
they either get away from her or a big uglier alien like takes its head off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is really gross.
Yeah, they beat the alien
out of that pinhole, which I still
pretty gross. Yeah,
Alien Resurrection.
They did defeat the Alien Queen in Alien versus Predator. If you want to, count that one.
Yeah, I suppose we can count that one. We should. But the thing, when you look back at the Alien franchise, it's still related to the Predator franchise, people.
Oh, yeah.
The fact, in retrospect, that Alien Romulus really just kind of redid elements of the end of Alien Resurrection, that's bold. And then to actually fix it and make it work.
Yeah, I will bold. Admit, when the newborn appeared, my first thought was, oh.
Not again.
Oh, why? And then, it was actually kind of scary, and it was resolved in a really cool way. And I'm sorry, watching a spaceship get basically sandblasted by a ring was really neat.
Yeah, it was actually. It was very surprising. So it's an exciting time, which means this franchise won't be done, Jason. We'll be back in November to continue this retrospective series with Predator Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe keep an eye on our. Maybe one of us will talk about Alien Earth somewhere along the line. I think that's.
I bet you it can probably be arranged.
Yeah, we might do a kind of a special on that one because
there was no alien, Hank. It was all a government sop. They're just trying to take our brains through the holes in our forehead, Hank. I've already seen it 3 times. Happened to me once. Rest in peace, Johnny Hardwick. We miss you.
Yes. Oh, right. Okay. They had to replace the voice then, I would assume.
They did.
That's very sad. All right, Josh, what's next? What's next on the list?
Oh, my God. Why are you asking me? Okay.
You're the man with the plan.
I am the man with the plan, and the plan is we're going to continue our retrospective of Hellboy with a movie I've never seen, and I don't think a whole lot of people have seen it because it just kind of came and went like a fart in a hurricane. That is Hellboy, the Crooked Man. I know nothing about this movie. Absolutely nothing. I may like it. I may hate it. I have no expectations, so this will be interesting for me. Because very rarely do I go in with a movie that I know nothing about. Either you say something nice about it, or I know something nice about it, or I've heard things about it. I've heard nothing about this movie.
No, I don't know. So I'm not polluted in any way either. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to watching it because I don't have any expectations. And no, I do. I have very low expectations. So to me, I'm already not expecting a hell of a lot. Hopefully,
I'm not either. I'm keeping things realistic. But honestly, can it be worse than the David Harbour Hellboy?
Oh man,
that
is a challenge. That is a challenge. After Hellboy, we finish that retrospective series. Where do we head, my friend?
We're starting a new one. We can't wait to start this next one because it's timely. Because it's tell me, Doctor, where are we going this time? Is it the 50s or 1999? We're going to be taking a look at the Back to the Future trilogy. An amazing set of movies, but I'm not going to spoil anything about that.
Everybody
very
knows
few
what
people
we're
know. Yeah, we're going to love every single one.
You are not going to learn anything new from our podcast, but what you will get is our unique perspective on it.
You will hear 2 grown damn men talking about, oh my God, I loved it when this happened. And then, of course, the week after we look at the first Back to the Future film, we're going to be taking a look at another movie I've never heard of before, but you're just like, you got to watch this movie. It's got a flying motorcycle in it.
Of course it does. I can't believe you haven't seen this film.
I've never seen Megaforce, and it sounds like a Power Rangers season. Power Rangers Megaforce. Wait, wasn't there a Power Rangers Megaforce?
I do believe there is.
Oh my gosh! Are you making me watch a Power Rangers movie?
No, I am not.
I've never seen a Power Rangers movie before.
No, but it's kind of. I will say it's not Power Rangers, but some of the quality could be compared to some Power Rangers. No, but look, it's epic because I saw that film at a drive-in in 1982. They promoted it big, and oh my! It's the first time as a child that I sat back and went, I think this is objectively terrible, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Going back after 40 odd years and having a look at Megaforce. I'm delighted you haven't seen it. So.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to two movies, The Crooked Man and Megaforce, that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, we have so many cult classics coming up here. I'm just kind of looking down the list. We have an animated movie that does not have the best reputation.
Ooh,
it almost broke a major studio. Many people call it one of the worst films they made, but it has got a very strong and very passionate fan base.
Okay.
And then I'm taking a look at our October movies, both of which are like two of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, we go weird, don't we, for a while?
We
I think.
do. And then December. My goodness.
Oh, well, the December.
I have got two absolute torture sessions in December that I am.
Your idea, by the way.
I am wrapping in a package and handing it to you like Jokey Smurf. And of course, you're like Brainy, like, oh, I can't wait to see what's in this one. Yeah.
I've already told the family Christmas is cancelled based on that movies you're going to show me in that month.
And we have a special coming up. We have a special coming up. We don't normally do specials.
No, we don't.
I guess we're gonna have to do two because we've already promised them we're gonna talk about Predator Badlands. Do you want to let the cat out of the bag? What we're doing? What we're doing with the special?
Let it out. Why not?
So in December, of course, we have Avatar: Fire and Ash coming out. Which cool. It's Ash. I misheard it the first time, and I thought, oh wow, it's going to really get good. No, it's Ash. Sorry, Fire and Ash. I thought it was Fiery Ash.
Yeah, I thought it was Fire and ASS, and I'm like,
I thought it was Fiery. Yeah.
The chemist. Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to take a look at Avatar and Avatar: The Way of Water in a Christmas special called, and I'm very proud of this. You can groan if you want to, but that's why I did it. Feliz Navidad.
If you have anything, you know what? If you don't like that title, I'm sorry, man. You've like there's brilliance in that, and yes,
I agree.
Will be Feliz Navidad.
I was throwing titles at Jason, just like, what if we called it this? What about Feliz Navidad? He's like, that's brilliant. Let's do it.
You can't argue.
Our 2025 dance card is full. We're actually already filling the spots in 2026. You guys are going to love what we have coming here on the VHS.
And you know what? We're not slowing down. We're throwing content.
I am limping quite a bit.
We're not pulling movies out to replace at the moment. We're just adding stuff on. I mean, we got 2026. How do you like at that point, even in 2020, we're going to have new movies we're going to have to talk about because we've talked about the older movies. We'll have Supergirl to talk about. We may have a Star Wars film that we'll have to talk about. We will have lots of stuff to talk about.
There's a Star Wars movie coming out in 2026? I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cannot wait. Excited.
A little green booger. I just love him so much.
Yeah, who doesn't? Like, we gotta love him.
There's some people.
All right,
that's
like it. Let's get out of here. We've dragged this on long enough. We've tortured them.
Look down below, everybody.
Yes.
Look it down there. Patreon. Click the link. Give us money. You can do it for as little as $5 a month or more, or you can become a YouTube channel subscriber. Either way, you get this gloriousness early, and I think right now they're like 4 or 5 weeks ahead of everybody else.
Yeah,
so they'll be getting all the good stuff here in a bit.
Our audience is always 4 or 5 weeks ahead of me all the time.
Yeah,
a little bit slow at points.
Show offs.
Yeah,
let's get out.
Send us money.